Hello and welcome to Pocket Gamer.biz's YouTube channel. I'm Jon Jordan and this is our first time user experience playlist. And the game we're looking at today is from Camel Games. So it's a Chinese developer, pretty well respected I think. It's actually done, doesn't put out a vast amount of games. I guess you can kind of say it's a mid-range Chinese developer, but the games it puts out have been released in the West, which a lot of Chinese developers don't do, and the games it's released in China have been pretty successful as well. So it's kind of interesting, I guess, from that point of view. It's one of the more Western focused and more Western kind of experienced Chinese developers. And as we can see from the opening screen, War and Order, which is actually quite a good name, isn't it? It's quite yeah, it just kind of works as a meme. Is clearly inspired by Game of War from Machine Zone, and that kind of ilk of strategy games. One thing to always point out is it's in portrait mode. So portrait mode is obviously kind of reduces the doesn't reduce the screen area, but it kind of reduces the way you kind of approach stuff compared to like most RPGs are in landscape mode. And I guess a similar thing with from Game of War is it has a rather buxom young lady there who's going to be our guide through the opening stages. So there we go, my lord. From this day forward, the city is yours. Okay. I think there's some green areas we're going to plant some buildings in. So we're going to recruit first of all to build some barracks. Okay. So we're going to tap where they tell us to tap, and we've built and use free speed up for the start of the game. So we're going to speed up. We're going to recruit some chaps. Ooh, yeah, he's looks like a chap, doesn't he? Want to meet you in a dark alley. Probably going to speed that up. Food is an important resource. Okay, yeah. Going to build a farm. We're going to speed it up. Power up, yeah, okay. Oh, goodness me, it's a bit flashy, isn't it? There's my castle. It looks quite impressive already, but I'm going to upgrade it. It'll take 4 minutes, but I can do it for straight away. Hospitals, isn't it? So maybe it seems like this game is going to be maybe a bit more focused on troops. Obviously, it's very hard to compete with Game of War and Mobile Strike on the basis of exactly what they're doing, because they have loads of players and generating billions of dollars. So you have to do a bit more, something to differentiate yourself. Resource gathering points. I can send an army to go and do that. Okay, so my big face is on the world map. So let's move that away. It's my castle. It become more. Oh goodness me, there's like big ogres and stuff out there. So send an army to gather resources. Oh wow, I'm going to go all the way up there. Gracious, okay. So I don't really know what I was doing there, but there are my chaps. Oh, I'll go back to the city. Okay. Wood. Okay, so we're gonna go back into this whole kind of resource stuff. Wood, iron, I expect. As well, it tends to be the thing we do. What's this one down here? Quest. Wood, food, speed up, Lord. Okay. As kind of happens with Game of War and the farms, okay. And these kind of games, the tutorial they just pretty much rush you through it. You know, you're not really too sure what you do. Big hands or arrows point, and you just go yes. And that seems to be the style of this kind of game. Oh, it's going to get me straight into an alliance. So this is kind of interesting. Strongest foes not fight alone, join an alliance. Join an alliance to get these following rewards. Okay. So this is actually, I would say the games from Machine Zone are pretty good about getting people into alliances. As everyone knows, if you can get someone into an alliance, they're going to retain much better, and certainly they're going to monetize much better. But actually getting people into an alliance is difficult, and obviously I have no idea what these alliances are. Wow, okay. So it's actually, I think, quite difficult to get people into alliances. It's not, if you kind of force everyone into an alliance like this game's trying to do, then that would kind of make sense, but it looks like all these alliances are full. This was just 30 out of 30. So I couldn't even join these ones. And as these games tend to be, there's quite a lot of Russians and probably quite a lot of Chinese. Oh, there's a French one there. Okay. So I'm not going to join an alliance. I'm going to just build some farms. I can't speed that up, it's kind of interesting. So I have to wait. Is that my third farm? I've got one more to do. No, I've got 3 now. So I've built 3. No, I'm going to build another one. Okay. That's nice music. 3 complete. Build 3 farms. Yes. Okay. So I've leveled up. Food crate, wood crate, speed up. Okay. So the young lady says I've earned some skill points. That's nice, isn't it? Upgrade my lord skills. Not quite sure how I do. Oh, there. Okay. That's me with the fake blonde wig on. I'm gonna raise my soldier recruitment speed. Okay. Can I keep going? How many have I got? Okay. Not enough skill points now. Now what do I do? That one's flashing. Okay. Yeah, maybe I use those in normal place. Okay. So next tip: build sawmills. So we kind of, if you've played one of these games before, which probably people have. Oh, that looks nice. So obviously Machine Zone, Polarium have a similar one, the Vikings, which is pretty successful. This is telling me my daily reward. Not sure where I tap to get that. Oh, there. I suppose the flashing bit, that's the clue. I'll say this, I mean, it's still something that's differentiating from the kind of other games around. This is the UI, or it's not really a map, is it? It's kind of like but it's the base screen is much more detailed. It's in 3D, so a lot of these games actually just have 2D graphics, whereas this it's not 3D in the sense that you can move the camera around, but the actual elements in it are 3D. What's that over there? Don't know. It's quite nice when you zoom out. You kind of get the kind of fogging. You can kind of start to see the scale of the kingdom. There's a boat there. Merchant ship. I've signed in no times. Oh, no. I can get my reward. Okay, so I've got speed up. So we're kind of getting the idea about kind of how this plays out. We don't have to go too far into the tutorial really. What that ZZZ is, no idea. Okay, so I'm building sawmills. Okay, that's bored. Somebody wants to build a sawmill. So there we go. So that's our first time user experience with War and Order. Be interesting to see if it's kind of hard to compete with the likes of Machine Zone and Polarium. But obviously there is a fan base for this kind of game, and people who are prepared to go quite deep in terms of their gameplay and their wallet in terms of these games tend to monetize quite heavily. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. So we do a lot of this kind of analysis of free-to-play games. So hopefully if you subscribe you might find some games that you wouldn't have otherwise found, and you might download it and enjoy them. So hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.